Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. This is David Hodge. Welcome. This is a continuation of the 7 churches exposed. Today's topic, Satan. Alright, brothers and sisters. Satan. Satan is not what they want you to believe. Neither is devils or demons or Lucifer or angels, so on and so forth, right? They tell you that these things can't be seen, that they're spooky, that they're spirits, they're mysteries, and that once you go to heaven, or once you die, you go to heaven or you go to hell. It's not true, brothers and sisters. Hell and heaven is a physical place. It's physical state or condition that you are in, you see, which is on earth, physical place on earth that you create, that people create for you, you see, like us being here in America. This is hell to us, the ones that were brought here, tormented and tortured. This is hell for us. But for the ones who tormented and tortured us, these devils, you see, physical people, this is their heaven. This is their paradise. This is heaven for them. It's hell for us. You see? So that's what they've done. They've made you believe that these things are invisible. So you won't identify who are the devil, the demon. You won't be able to identify that you are in hell. That the people that put you in hell are in heaven. That way you won't identify, so you'll never be able to escape. You see? Or be able to identify your enemies, so now you can make a difference. Now you can start seeing what's going on. Now you can start to move better. You know better, you do better. You see what I'm saying? So their tactic and their objective is to make you believe that devils and demons are in hell waiting on you to burn your ass up. You see? Satan down there waiting to tear your skin off for eternity and keep putting it back and keep ripping it off and keep tormenting, torturing you, beating you and dragging you and doing whatever else, you see, to you down there in hell, which is to psychologically terrorize you. See, all these things are to destroy your brain, destroy your level of thinking, to install fear in your heart. Christianity, all that stuff is to play off your emotions, just damage your heart, which damages your thoughts, which affects your thinking. All this stuff is to keep your level of thinking low, keep you maintained under their control, under their programming, to control you, to maintain that control over you and keep you blind, so that way you will never realize that they are the devils, they are the demons. You see? That that the devil is the one who brought you here, enslaved and afflicted you. The black-faced children, which are the demons, who look like me and you, but they're not us. They're devils in black skin from the rape of the black woman during the 400 years. Those are demons. Half devil, half man. Wolves in sheep clothing. Oreos, black on the outside, white on the inside. They're children who are causing friction and hate in our communities, in the black community. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. Then you have Satan, which is false Israel, which is the ones who have stolen our identity. You see? Well, why? Why say something? Say something like that? Like, why would they steal your identity? Why would they steal black people's identity? Because we are indeed God's chosen people, and it says, "Curse those who curse those who curse Israel," which is God's people, which is us. And they've been cursing us. So they cursed. So guess what they did? They counted our claim. When they found out who he was, he brought false Israel into existence to cover their ass. You see, because they were in trouble. You see, to build their own illusion, to build their own reality, to bless themselves. Because now it says what? If they built them up, and then they start blessing them, then that means what? Bless those who bless, excuse me, brothers. Bless those who bless Israel. So now they're blessed. Now they're holy. Now they're pure. Now they're good people. You see? Now they built their own ideology. Now this is how the world is structured. That false Israel is God's chosen people now. So now they're good people. They're holy. They're superior. They're blessed by God. You see? And now who are you? You're nothing. You're cursed. Black. Cursed to be slaves forever. God cursed you black. You're nothing. You're worthless. You're this. You're savage. You're this. That. You see? That's how they justify doing all these things to you. Tormenting and torturing you because God hated you. You were cursed black. You were nothing. You see? Which is not true. You're blessed, brothers and sisters. But that's what I'm saying. These devils and Satan, false Israel, they're working 24/7 around the clock to keep you within the programming, destroy your image. See, Satan's destroying your image. He's the one controlling the media. He's the one controlling the mainstream media, Hollywood, what you see, what you hear, hidden subliminals, stuff that you can't see, that you can't pick up with the naked eye, but the subconscious pick it up, and, you know what I'm saying? And it destroys you. It destroys your thinking. It programs you. You see, have you thinking about stuff that you couldn't even see? You know what I'm saying? With the naked eye. You see, but they program it in your mind. You see, now you have urges, or now you're trying to. You see what I'm saying? These things are attacking you. They're attacking you from all angles, brothers and sisters. But Satan is the one that has the TV, the radio, the media, the radio, the sound, the this, what you see and what you're hearing, which is affecting your behavior, causing you to act other than yourself. You see, and which is what they would do. You see, and the black-faced children would be the role models, the examples that you would that you would follow. You see. That will help destroy you, because they're the ones allowing them to do these things. They're the ones that approve them, and promote them for you, so you know what being black is. You see, because that's not being black. Shaking your ass and pulling your pants down and walking with, walking with your toes out and all these things, and having piercings and all these things, brothers and sisters. Listen to music and listen to rap music, and listen to violence, and being violent, and being a thief, a cheater, a murderer, all these things, and being a punk, a pimp, a prostitute, a homosexual. All these things was to ruin your image, to torture your image, to flush it down the toilet, to destroy your credibility. That way, once you rise up, once you understand the truth, now you realize that all these things is going on because of you, right? And because of what you went through, and they know that they do judgment. Once you realize what's going on, now you can rise up and you can point the finger at the enemy. You can point the finger at the one who has stolen your identity and claim that he has done so. And I got the proof to back it up. But their job is to ruin your image so bad that when you rise up and do that, no one believes you, because you're not credible anymore. Because look at you. Your fools, your clowns, your hoes, your entertainers, your prostitutes, your punks, your homosexuals, your this, your that, your savages, your dummies, your idiots. You see, you can't even you don't even produce anything. You're a bunch of consumers, you're a bunch of this, a bunch of that. And that's what they done. Completely torched your image. That way you can't rise up and no one believes you, because they say, well, look at them. Ain't no damn way that you God's chosen people. Because, excuse me, brothers and sisters, they butched your image that bad. They butched it up that bad, that's the whole point. Because all this is leading to when they destroy you, when they exterminate you, when they get rid of you, when they take you out of existence, no one gives a damn. So that's what Satan's doing. That's what he's doing all day long, 24/7. You see, all year long, every day, all year long, all year round. Their job is to destroy you, because they have indeed stolen your image, and that's the best way to perfect it, to destroy the other person's image, so he can come back and claim that nothing happened. It's like a homeless person. A homeless person died, no one gives a damn, because no one even gave a damn that nobody even really knew him anyway. Besides the people that was passing the road every now and then, they didn't, you know what I'm saying? That's not many people. You get what I'm saying? Nobody pays attention to homeless people, in this reality. You see, as much as they do people like, of so-called importance, right? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's not that nobody give a damn about the homeless people, because we do. We do care about the homeless people, especially when it's our brothers and sisters that's out there. But I'm trying to give you an example of when homeless people die. 9 times out of 10, no one gives a damn. You understand? So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to put you in that position where you're homeless, where somebody say, well, they did that to themselves. Look at them, they was a bunch of clowns. That's what they deserve. You see? Because you had the same abilities we did. You look at them. Look what they chose to do. But no, we didn't chose to do nothing. What happened was, they the ones that put us in these positions. They the ones that put us in these conditions. They the ones that gave us the opportunity to fail. You see, because the whole system was set up for you to fail. They the ones took our jobs and pushed them out, and gave them to China, gave them to India, gave all our jobs and all the things to make sure that we would become a superpower to other countries. And now they're superpowers, and now we're still sitting here in the mud. You see, which was their objective, was to keep you down, because their job is to destroy you, keep you dumbed down, keep you, destroy your power, destroy your population, destroy your heart, destroy your mind, destroy your brain, destroy your thinking, mess up your mind, mess up your body, mess up everything. To all these things to add up to your destruction. And that's why they gave you the American dream. That's why they gave you Christianity. That's why they give you all these celebrities. That's why they give you all these role models that look like me and you, but they're not us. And they pushing the American dream. They're pushing the masses' vision. Telling you to stay here in the land of imprisonment, but it said you'd be a fool to stay here in the land of imprisonment. The task was, the mission was to completely separate, and that's what the demon's vision was, to integrate with massa. You see, to what's the word called? To bribe you to stay here with your enemies, kick it with your enemies, love your enemies, forgive your enemies. You see. Integrate with your enemies, marry your enemies, have children with your enemies, that they love you, everything's gonna be alright. We're gonna change the fabric of America, we're gonna change how things going. Ain't nothing gonna change here. And that's the thing you don't get. How long is it gonna take for change to come? It's never gonna come. You see? They're gonna always be in progress, they're gonna always be working on it. But they never intended on giving you nothing. They never intended on you having a good life. They never gave a damn about you. You understand? They don't give a damn about their own black-faced children. But they're gonna soon find out. You see? So anyway, go, brothers and sisters. That's what we're here to do. Reveal, expose, address, attack, highlight, magnify, and penetrate, and narrow down who Satan is, which is false Israel. And our job is to tell you. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. Our job is to tell you exactly who your enemies are, so you be able to identify them. You see, that way you won't be walking around blind anymore. You have sight. You can see exactly clearly what's going on around you, and you know why it's going on. You see, and these people are definitely your enemy, and they want you to fight for them. They want you to believe that these people are God's chosen people, but they're not. They're false, and that's what it says here in Revelation chapters 2 and 3, verse 9. Both chapters, which is the 7 churches. It says, "I am giving out of the synagogue of the Satan, the ones saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are, but they are lying." And it says the blasphemy are the ones saying Jews to be themselves and not they are, but Satan. So this is clear on who Satan is. It says the ones who have synagogues, right? So who has synagogues? The Jewish people, right? Which is false Israel, right? They're the ones with synagogues. And it said what? The synagogues are what? Satan. And it says the ones saying themselves Jews, right? Who the one claiming to be Jews? False Israel, right? They're the ones claiming to be Jews. And it says what? The ones saying themselves Jews to be and not they are, but they are lying. And it says what? The blasphemy was an act against God, saying what? Which is a lie. Saying that what? Jews that they are, right? Claiming it right? Out of the mouth, right? It says in the blasphemy are the ones saying Jews to be themselves, right? And not they are, but what? Satan. You see? So that's why, you see, they can hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You see? The scripture is clear on who Satan is. That's why it says, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deep to Satan. That what? That for even Satan would disguise himself as an angel of light, but he was indeed Satan. You see? He was evil, wicked, twisted. You see? And he was the one that was the reflection of the world is a reflection. I mean, what you see out in the world, right, is a reflection of his mind. So everything you see, the drugs, the prostitution, the killing, the stealing, the drug overdose, you understand how wicked the world is. Homosexuality, all these things that you're seeing that is being promoted 24/7 all around the world is coming out of the mind of Satan. It says Satan is the God of this world. He controls all the Caucasian nations, and the Caucasian people are the ones who run the world. He controls all the Caucasian nations. So they're all behind him. They all, you understand? They all are sort of say he's the one in control. He's right, because he's the God of this world. So this reality is a reflection of his mind. You understand? So he's the one blinding the minds, and they can't understand because he's the one running it. And it's so you see. So when people they don't like, well, God's not winning. You see, Satan's winning. So a lot of people join the battle with Satan. Hell with it, because the journey was too long for them. They betrayed themselves, or a lot of them got with the program because they found that they was devils and demons. You see, they don't physically know that they're devils and demons, but they feel evil, they feel wicked, they feel twisted. So they go ahead and join that side of the fight and start doing the works of Satan. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, brothers and sisters. So a lot of people are blinded by what's going on because Satan is the one. This reality is thrived off all this filth and all this unrighteousness. Well, I won't go there. It's just it's based off all this violence and all this sex and all these drugs and all these. You see, these are the things that's pumping this reality, and a lot of people stealing and killing and cheating. And so people's joining that because that's all they see, and that's how people are coming up in life. So that's so people think it's okay to do those things because that's what's making you a lot of money. That's what's getting you ahead in life: cheating, stealing, and lying, and doing whatever you want. You see, and that's what they want you to believe. You see. But that stuff's coming to an end, you see? That stuff's about to end. And if people don't know that, these are short-term games, you see? And that's why it's for our people, it's definitely your destruction, because this whole reality is tailored to your destruction, totally against you. Everything is 100% against your nature. It's totally against your nature. But for these devils and demons, this reality was made just for them. This is who they are. They're wicked, evil people. So this is a perfect reality for them. But they're out of sync with time now, because now that time's up. Now it's the time of it's time for the black men and women of America to rise up. Now it's time for discipline to rise up. Now it's time for the superior mind to rise up. The 7 churches, you see, which is the Injil. You see, now it's time for our people to get the superior mind back. And now we're in the time of the Injil. We're in the time of the end of all books, Revelations. That's where we are now. This is the time for that. You understand? So the time of the devil, that's over with. His time is up. Satan's time is up. So, right, brothers and sisters. So I got away from my main point. The main point was the scripture tell you clearly who Satan is, which is false Israel. It can't be no clearer than that, brothers and sisters. It clearly says it right there. It says the ones saying themselves Jews to be and not they are, but they are lying. And it says the blasphemy are the ones saying Jews to be themselves and not they are, but what? Satan. You see? So it's clear on who Satan is. False Israel. Physical people. They want you to believe it's spirits, but it's physical people. And now, this is more further evidence. More evidence that they're not who they claim to be, because it's even in their name, false, which means fiction, fake, phony, not real, not true, not. You see, false Israel is not real. It's not the real Israel. You see, because look how they spell real. It's spelled wrong. These 2 vowels should be flopped. You see, anything that's real should be spelled R-E-A-L. Is real. See, which is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. Then you have this right here. It says Jewish, right? They're the Jewish people, right? So we know that the word wish means exactly what it means. Wish. They wish they were. You see? Meaning that we know wishes and stuff never come true. You can desire and hope for something to happen. You know, you can long for, or hope and dream and wish and itch. You know how people be itching, they win stuff. Yeah, you can hope and wish and pray, but we know nothing has ever came from wishes and prayers. You see, because it never will, it never will, and it never has, and it never will. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. So that's the thing. They can wish all they want, but what it say? It says that they're Satan. You see? So they can wish that they were Jews, but they're Satan. You see? That's what the scriptures say. And then not only that, the word ish, which is a suffix word, it means not exactly, not somewhat, kind of, sort of, not really. Just like mankind, kind of like a man. You see? Same as the image of something. You know what I'm saying? Image of something means not it. Same with Jewish, means it's not it. You see? So that's another clear indication that they're not who they claim to be, because that's why they call Jewish. They're not it, you see? And then not only that, the word Jew comes from the word Judah, which is the original Levite tribe, a priest tribe, you see? Which is, right, they wish that they were original, but they're not. Their father's the devil, you see? So they wish that they were original. They wish that they was a child of Judah, but they're not. They're Satan, you see? Brothers and sisters, these things are all clear. These are things that they don't want you to see. These are things your pastors and preachers should be telling you about. These are things they should be telling you about. Telling you about your enemy. Telling you about your vision, which is the Abrahamic covenant. But it says what? People without a vision will perish. So they don't give you a vision. So they give you a dream, because it's a nightmare for you. You see? Which is your destruction. And that's what they're out here doing 24/7. Keeping you within the programming. Keeping your level of thinking low. That way they can maintain control over you, keeping you dumbed down, keeping you lost, keeping you out here chasing this dream, which is everything in it is against you. This whole reality is against you. You see? That's what these demons is doing. They're here to keep you within the program, make sure that you stay within it. You see? Report you, keep you, you see, to maintain that level of control. Maintain that you're under that level of control. You know what I'm saying? So if you get out of line, their job is to talk you into staying on the plantation. You see, keeping you stuck in La La Land, keeping you believing in mystery gods, that Jesus came and died for your sins. And that never happened. It's a damn lie. You see, devil come die for your sins. And you know what I'm saying? And that's not even, you can't even do that. Nobody can die for your sins. It say you reap what you sow, meaning that your actions. You see that your actions are the cause of what's going on in your life. It says action equal reaction. You see, so you're the one in control of your life, not some mystery God. God don't wake you. Talking about God wake you up and all this stuff. No, you woke yourself up. You see that God do all these things and can't see him, can't hear him, can't do none of that, right? But he did all these things. So that's what they want you to believe, that you had no control. You see, that's how you lose power. You lose, physical power. You lose, right? That you're not in control. That you're not the one. That you're not. You see, now you're powerless. Christianity is powerless. You know what I'm saying? Powerless. That you had no control. God's in control. And you see, now your level of thinking is even that lower. You see, your power is gone because now you don't believe you the one doing anything, but it is you. You are the God. You see, so. Which is empowerment for you. Now you know. Now you know what's going on. You see that these people are your enemies. They're lying to you. They're trying to lie to your brothers, lying to your sisters. They're telling them all this junk to destroy you. You see, and they don't want you to completely separate from them because your unity and your separation is their destruction. So they don't want you to ever elevate because they're the ones keeping you down to keep themselves lifted up. If you ever lift up, then they're coming down. See. That's why they want you down. That's why they want you out. You're the consequence. You're the consequence. You're the evidence of their crime because they committed a horrible crime on you. Terrible, terrific. You see, horror. You see. So, brothers and sisters. Either way, we're gonna move on to the next thing, brothers and sisters, which is the Abraham covenant, which is our vision, which these fakes and phonies have stolen and claim that they are the ones who fit the description, but we know that we're the only ones who fit the description of the Abraham covenant. So let's get into it. It says, and God said unto Abram, which is Abraham, because he was split from his seed. You know what I'm saying? So he was called Abram until he was reunited with his seed. You see, then he was called Abraham again. So this is speaking to God, speaking to Abraham. He said, know me surely that thy seed. See, so he's speaking to Abraham. Abraham, he's talking about Abraham's seed. So right off the bat, Satan don't fit the description because his father's the devil. You see, he's the seed of the devil. So you see how easy this is, brothers and sisters? They already don't fit the description because it's not speaking to them because they're devils. You see? And it says they be sojourners, which means temporary, land that's not theirs, a strange land, a foreign land. Okay, so they claim Satan, right? False Israel claimed to have been the Israelites that were delivered out of Egypt, right? So they went from Egypt to Pakistan. Well, that's next door, brothers and sisters. That's right across the street. That's not foreign. That's not strange. That's like being in Kansas. It's like being in KCK, which is Kansas City. Being from Kansas and coming to KCMO, coming from Kansas to Missouri. That's next door. It's easy to get over there. You know what I'm saying? Just cross the bridge, you're here. So once you do that, you're good. You're in good hands. So that's not foreign. That's not strange because that's next door. That's right across the street. For it to be foreign or strange, you had to go from all the way east, all the way west, or all the way west, all the way east. You see? So this is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. And it says also what? It says that the seed of Abraham will go through servitude affliction for 400 years. So how long did they go through the Holocaust? How long did they go through that crap that they put themselves through? They went through that for about 5-6 years, right? Okay? That's not 400 years. And then it also says that they will go through servitude. Well, when Jesus had a conversation with the Jews, right? He told them, the truth shall set you free. And they were confused because they don't have the same mind. They don't have the same brain. They got different nature. So he was confused. What do you mean by to set you free? We were never in bondage to any man. So they told themselves that they were never in bondage, which said that they would definitely be in bondage for 400 years, which is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. Then it says what? Also that nation whom they serve will I judge. Okay. So after the 400 years, judgment happened, which was 1619, 2019, 2020, the year of judgment. They played, they killed the firstborn. But kill the firstborn mean the elderly, but pass over those with the lamb's blood, meaning you had to be original. You had to have the same DNA as the Lamb of God, right? So who did it pass over? It passed over Africa, it passed over Hades, because those are our brothers over there. They got the same DNA as us. It passed over the original black men and women of America. You see? So it passed over us. You know what I'm saying? But it was supposed to pass over America, Britain. It was supposed to pass over the Caucasian nations. It was supposed to pass over these devils, but it didn't. It was supposed to pass over Satan. It was supposed to pass over false Israel, but it didn't. So once that happened, that was a clear sign to them that they were in trouble, because they were taught Exodus out the womb. They were taught these things from the womb that about to pass over. So it didn't pass over them, and it hit them hard. They started dropping like flies. And it was supposed to pass over them. They're supposed to be God's chosen people, which is the indication that they were in trouble and their days were short and they had to bust a move. That's why you see them acting out in the minute they're acting out in, because their time is limited. You see, but it says what? That the nation whom they serve, right? So if you the Semite, you claim to be the truth. You claim to be the seed of Abraham. You claim to be Abraham's seed. Well, your enemy should be judged. So why are they being judged? Which is another indication they're not who they claim to be, because they're the ones who did these things. And it says afterwards they shall come out. Come out. They've already coming out. They claim. They claim that the Bible is past tense. That these things have already happened. But that's not what this says. It says after 40 years they shall come out. Not after 5-6 years of the Holocaust, they was gonna come out. No, it says after 40 years they would come out. But they've already claimed they already went to Palestine. They've already been put in the land by God. Didn't it say that God would give them the land, but then they take the land? They took it by force, didn't they? In front of Palestinians and oppressed them for 70 plus years, right? Well, they didn't wait on God to bless them. They blessed themselves. And then not only that, God told you where He give them the land. He says, "Unto thy seed have I given this land from the river of Egypt." From the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. And okay, so if you check a map, get a map, look at the Middle East, look at those coordinates, those rivers, and they line up to Great Arabia, the best part of the planet Earth. You see, that's where they should be sitting at. That's where God said He'd give them the land. They sitting where? They sitting in little old Palestine. So they sitting in the wrong land. And so which is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. That's why it says as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they do the things deep as Satan. That Satan wasn't even sitting on the right land. That Satan didn't even fit the Abraham description. That he's not even close. He didn't even go through 400 years. He only went through 5-6 years or something that he calls himself. You see, for betraying his country. That was on him. You see, and right, he didn't fit the description at all. He didn't even go. He wasn't even under. He never been in bondage to any man. You see, his father's the devil. You see, that's why I said he would disguise himself as an angel of light, but he was indeed Satan, the one claiming to be something he's not. But he's Satan. You see, he was claiming to be a Jew, but he was Satan, the God of this world, the one that was claiming to be you, stealing your image, which he's constantly doing. He's going to continue to do it because they have to. They built that image to hide themselves behind. It's a mask that they built themselves behind. They built this mask to hide themselves behind because they're wicked, evil, terrible people. So they had to build an image that they were great people. So that's what we're doing here, chipping at that face of Satan and peeling back and breaking the mask of Satan and revealing Satan and the ones behind it. You see, because they don't want to be exposed. You see, but we're here showing the mirror, showing who they really are. Hideous, terrible, hideous monsters, beasts, and foul people, rapists, pedophiles, slave owners, murderers. You see, all these things, which they don't want. They don't want nobody to know who they are. That's why they didn't tell their children. They lied to their children. Their children think they're good people. They think America great. America ain't never been great. Home of the braves, whatever the hell. Home of the slaves. You understand? Yeah. You see, America's never been a great country. It never will be. It never has. It never will be. You see, so and they end with Satan. You see, it says a bird of a feather flock together. You see, and they all evil and wicked and twisted. That's why whatever Satan got going on, you see, America has to back it because they're the ones who have built this image to disguise themselves. So they gotta go along with whatever Satan does, even if it's terrible, even if it's ugly. They gotta go along with it, just like they're doing right now in Gaza. You see what's going on over there in Gaza right now with false Israel and in Gaza. They're destroying the Palestinians. They're destroying them. And America's the one. America is the one who's backing them. He's the one that's supplying them to destroy them. So they all in it together, which is showing who they are. It says It said, know a tree by the fruit it bears. Know them by their works. And then it said, what are they doing over there? They're killing innocent women and children, blowing up children, starving and killing children. You see? That's what they're doing. Murdering and killing and stealing and destroying the Palestinians right now, which is the greatest sign for our time, because that's exactly, this would be a great sign for us to see, because this is a reflection of what's going to take place to false Israel, because it says what? It says once 2020 came, it said that all things will fail for them. You see, and that's exactly what happened. Everything backfired on them. And it says they don't hear what they say and do. So what they're doing over there to Gaza is a reflection of what's going to take place to them, which is justice. You see? But you got people in your way. You got people that got you believing. But you got to remember, the world is structured around the idea that false Israel is God's chosen people. So they believe these things. So you got idiots like this telling you this. Listen.
And forget what the news is saying. God's chosen people are the Israelites. With that being said, continue to pray for them. Forget what everybody else is saying. Continue to pray for Israel. In Psalm 122, verse 4 through 6, it even says it. And for those of you who don't know the verse, I will gladly read it to you. All of the tribes of Israel, the Lord's people, make their pilgrimage here. They come to give thanks to the name of the Lord, as the law requires of Israel. Here stand the thrones where judgment is given, the thrones of the dynasty of David. Pray for peace in Jerusalem. May all who love this city prosper. With that being said, stop thinking that humans, what they say, is the truth, because nothing but God's word is the truth. And for those who continue to laugh about what's going on in Israel, just remember, you are messing with God's chosen people. What social media is saying, and forget what the...
Alright, so to hell with what they're doing over there, right? To hell that they're blowing up children and starving out children and killing and blowing up innocent women and children, blowing up babies. To hell with that. They're God's chosen people. Pray for Israel. Pray for peace for Israel. Pray for them. Pray for peace for Israel. You see, they're God's chosen people, so don't mess with them. You see, so whatever is going on with the Palestinians, they deserve it because they mess with God's people. So don't worry about all that. Don't worry about what men say. Don't worry about what they talking about. Worry about what God said, right? Okay. Well, we can play those games. Well, God said that Satan would masquerade as the angel of light. That his, you see, it says as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not to do the things deep to Satan. That Satan was masquerading as an angel of light, but he was indeed Satan. And it says, know a tree by the fruit it bears, know them by their works. And it says what? That Satan, his father was the devil. That's what you want to go by. By the word of God, what Jesus said. Jesus said that they're wicked and evil, that they made them make mischief and shed blood, that they were man killers. You see, that they went out killing, stealing, destroying, and everything they touched. It became disease impoverished, that they were wicked, that none of them was righteous, not one, that none of them was good, not one of them were good, not so much as one. You see, so you want to play those games, and it says that they were Satan, the ones claim to be Jews, but they're not. They're Satan. They're lying. The blasphemy are the ones saying Jews will be themselves, and not they are, but Satan. You see, so. You see that they believe in one part, don't believe in the other. There's a bunch of hypocrites and telling you that it's okay to kill innocent women and children. It's okay to starve out and kill children and women and blow up buildings and kill people. And this is okay because these are God's chosen people. You see, but this is their mind. That shows you how wicked and evil they are. But they justify these things because if this is God's people, then who are you? You nothing. You see, so it's okay to do all these damn things. So this is what's taking place over there, which is an abomination, brothers and sisters. This would be the clearest sign, which would be the greatest sign in our time, because this would be the sign that our people were in danger. You see, because this abomination of desolation, abomination is something that causes disgust and hate. You see, and desolation is their destruction. They're destroying and committing genocide on the Palestinians and destroying and killing them. And this is causing disgust and hate around the world. You see, what's going on here is the works of Satan. You see, which is a direct sign to our people. Because, I'm telling you why in a minute, brothers and sisters. What was taking place here is going to happen to false Israel. You see, everything that they're doing, they say they don't hear what they do and say. And look at what's going on over here. So, This is God's so-called chosen people destroying the Palestinians. Look at all this stuff. Look at the destruction. Look for his family, his loved ones. Look for his wife. This is the works of Satan. This is God's so-called chosen people, right? So their actions aren't matching up with the image anymore. They don't give a damn. They knew their time was limited. That's why they had to bust a move. That's why when the plague came in, they knew it didn't pass over them. They had to bust a move. Now they're showing you that they're on their way out. All this cruelty and hate and this disgust. You see? It's hatred. You see? Destroying the Palestinian people, destroying their children, looking for his family. You see? Man, that's what they're doing over there. God's so-called chosen people. Says actions speak louder than words. Look at what they're doing. What they're doing to them, destroying them. You see, this is an abomination of desolation. This is what should be spoken about. Look at this. This is what should be talked about. This is what people should be telling you about. Look at these families. Do they look happy? Do they look destroyed, hurt, injured, starving? You see? Do they look miserable? You see? Complete chaos and hate and cruelty. You see? Which says, right, that's what I'm trying to explain to you, that you see that the violence is intensifying. Israel is intensifying the violence because they've lost control, or else they wouldn't have to resort to these, which is evidence that they're on their way out, that they've got to be taken out, game over for them, they've got to be executed, they're out of there, and it says they inherit what they say and do. So you see all these things that's taking place is what's going to take place to them, which is justice. You see, because that's what they're doing. And this picture is a staple of what's taking place over there. Look at the boy. They started him out to death. You see from the start all the way to a workout till he was out of there. You see, starved him, malnutrition, dehydrated, killed that boy to death, starved him out. You see, that's what they're doing over there, killing children and babies and blowing up innocent women and children and starving them to death. You sound like the works of Jesus, or it sound like the works of Satan. You see? Sound like the works of Satan. You see? Which is the God of this world, which is false Israel. You see? And this is the greatest sign of our time, because this will give you this is supposed to be a sign for you that the destruction of false Israel is headed right. The destruction of false Israel is headed their way, because it said they inherit what they say and do. It said all things will fail, everything will backfire. So we know that. Right, we know that that they're going to receive what they've dished out. You see, what they're doing is what's going to happen to them. You see, and that's the greatest sign for our people, because this is be the sign for them to start to get out of the suburbs, get out of the devil's communities, and get out of their neighborhoods, get out of bed with them. If you're in bed with them, you're in trouble. But get out of the bed with them and start to move out and get into the inner cities. This will be the sign for you, because you know that the destruction of false Israel is coming, which is a sign to you to get started, getting out of town, getting out of Dodge, get away from these devils, because I'm about to tell you why. Because you got to get the hell out of there, because it tell you here. Let me see. There we go. Uh-oh. Not it. How did I get back like that? Oh, there we go. Oh, man. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. Oh, here we go. Alright, so brothers and sisters, here we are. It says, because what's taking place over there, all that, you know, that's going to come to them, right? They put people on the siege. They starve them out. No water, no food, no electricity, no necessities, no stuff coming in and out. You know what I'm saying? And they're killing the people over there. So that's a reflection of what's going to take place to them, which is justice, right? So this is the configuration of the seven churches book. This is the sign to us that we need, that, you know what I'm saying, that false Israel is going to be destroyed, which, you know, that's when it says, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. So this is the configuration of that American Britain is kicked out of the Middle East because they lost the war with Michael's and the Angels versus Dragon's Angels, which we know that Michael's and the Angels is Master Muhammad, which is the God, and his angels, Iran and Syria, versus the dragon and his angels, which is the House of Side in American Britain and false Israel. So Michael defeats the dragon, boom, and then the imminent war with Iran and Syria, where, see, because first let me start with, the dragon is defeated, right? The House Side is defeated. The American Britain is kicked out of the Middle East, so they're no longer supplying false Israel. So they're isolated. They're by themselves now, you see? And now this leaves the opportunity for their destruction. You see what I'm saying? So when they isolate like this is when it says, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. So this is a configuration of the book, which is a warning to you. When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that their destruction is near, and you're supposed to flee. Flee. Because it says what? It says, who controls Jerusalem? Jerusalem is controlled by who? Right. And who is the capital? Jerusalem is the capital of what? False Israel. Which means what? It says here, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that destruction is near. It means that they're going to be destroyed, not redeemed or punished, but destroyed. Which proves that what? That they're not who they claim to be. They're not the true seed of Abraham. It's because it said once God placed them in the land, they are not to be uprooted or removed. So if they are uprooted or removed, then that means that they weren't who they claimed to be. They were Satan. And that's an abomination of desolation. Abomination, that's not supposed to happen. Desolation, that the destruction. Right, desolation is their destruction. That's not supposed to happen either. All these things wasn't supposed to happen. You understand? So now, and that's when it says, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, it says, flee. Because this is the greatest sign of our time that, this is headed that way. And if it says that once false Israel is destroyed, it's going to trigger the attack of all blacks. But why? You see? Because once they find out that false Israel wasn't who he claimed to be, he was Satan. Now they find out that the people that we are the true seed of Abraham, and they find out that the devils find out who they are. You see? And now they find out they were evil and wicked and twisted, and they were rapists, pedophiles, monsters, beasts, and you see, slave owners and all these things who were terrorizing God's people 24/7. And it says, curse those who curse Israel. And they find out that we Israel, that we the real Israel. And it said, curse those who curse Israel. And now that's all. Now they have to accept that. Now they have to see the mirror. Now you see, but they won't accept that. You get it? But now they know that they're cursed. It said now they know they're on their way to hell. And now they know that you're the reason why all these things, why they're going through all this hell and turmoil. Now you're the reason. So now they gotta destroy you, get rid of the evidence, get rid of you. You see? They gotta get rid of you. Which is the consequence, which is their crime. You see the evidence of their crime, which is you're the consequence of their actions. You see, you're the personification of their judgment. You see, you're the personification of their judgment. They cut your tongue out. Now you're here to cut their tongue out. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. It said that do unto them as was done to you. And now you're here to give back what was. You're here to give them back what was due to them. You see, what they've done to you, you do to them. You see, which is the will of Allah. And they know that you're the one to do it now. Now and their whole mind has been shattered because the world is, the ideology is reality, right? The world is structured around the idea that false Israel is God's chosen people. And they set it up like that. That's what made them feel good, holy, pure, sweet. That was like being balanced. That's what kept them on the straight and narrow path, right? They feeling good, they feeling holy, they feeling great. You see? Then now that's exposed, and now their minds were shattered, and now they lost their mind, they lost control, and they're gonna rush at you to gain control, and they can't allow that idea to spread because they can't accept that you choose Abraham, and I mean they have to accept their judgment, which is their destruction, and that's why they're gonna attack you. It's gonna be all on the television. It's gonna be. Everybody's gonna know. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get that call, they're gonna get that, they're gonna see everything that's going on, and they're gonna know that you're the one that did, that they need to kill, and they're gonna kill you. And that's why it says flee. It says when Jerusalem surrounded by army, it says flee. Because once Jerusalem, which is false Israel, Thyatira, once they destroy, you're in trouble. It says that that's going to trigger the attack of all blacks, and they're going to kill you. That's why it says flee. It says don't go back to get your baby. It said don't go back to get your baby. Don't go back to get your baby. That's deep, brothers and sisters. Who the hell's not going to go back to get their baby? This time is so urgent and so precious. It said don't go back to get your baby. A lot of people won't hesitate right there. It said don't hesitate, or you lose your life. Your family lose their life. It says flee. Get away from them. Get into the inner cities. Get away from these devils. It's telling you that you'll lose your life. You see? You have a slim chance of living if you don't move immediately. You see? And our people had to, and this would be the greatest sign for our people, the abomination of desolation in Gaza, because the reflection of what's going to take place to false Israel when they go into siege and they're destroyed by Iran, which no one's going to see that coming, because they think that God going to rise up and destroy false Israel's enemies, because they think there's a God's chosen people. They don't realize that God's with Iran. They're going to destroy false Israel. And once that happens, it's going to trigger the attack of all black. It says, flee. You see? It says, get out of there communities, get out of their neighborhoods, get into the inner cities where we're going to gather up as great people. We're going to gather up and unite and become a great army, and we're going to have to go. They're going to go against us. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get prepared. And you see, we got all the stuff that you need to get you prepared, but this is a time of unprecedented trouble. You see? So we can only get you prepared to so much, because no one has ever experienced this. But this is a time that's never happened. You see? Never happened. It's a time of unprecedented trouble. Never happened. So you understand? You almost had to get, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you have to. I know this for a fact. You gotta get out of there. You gotta get out of the suburbs, get into the inner cities where your people gonna be, because if you have a chance to live in, that's where you're gonna be. And then with the rest, we're gonna give you the rest of the information once you get in the inner city, when you get with your people. We're gonna give you this information. You understand? This was gonna keep you alive, the high pressure, because this is a low pressure reality. American dream and all these things is about to be completely destroyed. And these devils, they want you to think on the level they're thinking, which is the level of thinking is going to be destroyed. So you got to have this, your superior mind, which we have it. The 7 churches, the 7 thunders, the Injil. We got all these things. You understand? And we got the 5 mathematical pillars, which is your protection against all evil. You see, it was going to give you a protection against them. You see? It said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It said, you be able to walk through the fiery furnace without being burnt by the flames. So we got you covered, brothers and sisters. But the thing is, it's still a time that nobody's ever experienced, so we're going to have to go through it. You understand? Well, the sisters ain't going through it, you see, but they still have to get to safety before they get delivered by Michael. Michael's going to deliver, Michael's going to deliver those in the Lamb's Book of Life, which is the elect, the messenger of the covenant, and the sisters going home with the elect and the messenger of the covenant, you see, because they did their job. They did it 100%. They did what they supposed to do. They kept our nation alive. Masking allowed them to sleep with us. They risked their lives to sleep with us to keep our nation alive. They tried to commit genocide on us, wipe us completely out. But us being here is evidence that they did their job. So they kept our nation alive, so they out of here. So you see a sister, you tell her way is paid with gold, she's out of here. So before the tribulations, she's not going through that. You understand? But the brothers will be. So you make sure you tell her to get with those prophetess, those sisters, and they'll bring them up to speed and get them where they need to be so they can get the hell out of here. But this will be a time of unprecedented trouble, a time of intense darkness. But you'll have all this information. What you're going to need is superior mind. You're going to need to know your enemies, understand how pressure works, understand your reality, how the world is based off consequence. And you understand what I'm saying? You're going to need all these things, your protection, this and that and that. And we're going to do exploits to say, right? The brothers are going through tribulations because you know what I'm saying? The mission was to warn our people that way they didn't have to go through all this. But they already went through this because it said, don't be deceived. And you're deceived by the son of the devil, Louis Farrakhan, which is, his father was a Portuguese Jew, and he's a devil in black skin who deceived our people, and they weren't supposed to be deceived. They were supposed to prepare them for the messenger of the covenant, so they wouldn't have to go through all this crap. But it said they failed the test. They were deceived for 42 years, so now they had to go back into the incubator, had to go back into the fiery furnace to be purified. You see, because the silver be purified as gold. Silver is the Levites. They had to be purified as the Shabbats. The elect, they had to be purified to gold before they return. It had to be 100%. So if you're 80, it had to be 20. You understand? The purification process. So if you're lacking 20, then you need 20. If you're lacking 30, you need 30. If you're lacking 40, you need 40. So if you're 60%, you need 40. If you're 50%, you need 50. You know what I'm saying? Until you're 100%, because you can't go home blind elephant. You said you'll leave here as angels. Right? You can't leave here as a blind elephant, because if you go there, you're powerful, but you're destroying everying. Now you're back in the same situation. So it said you'll leave here an angel and go home a God. Right? It said you came here an angel and you leave here a God. So you know what I'm saying, you had to have your God mind right. You know what I'm saying? You had to have your right mind. You had to understand these things, brothers and sisters. Before you go anywhere, you got a lot of stuff you got to do, and on top of that, you got to avenge your nation. You got to avenge your ancestors, avenge the black woman, put her back on the pedestal where she belonged, never to be touched again, not a hair on her head, and make sure you honor and restore her name, restore her honor and respect in her name. You know what I'm saying? Because they raped her, they made her carry they demon children, they jumped on her and hopped on her and beat her and raped her and did all these things, and we didn't protect her. So now we have to set the example. So you couldn't leave out of here until you made things right, until you set the standard. Because if you leave out like that, no one's gonna respect you, no one gonna damn about you, no one people think they can do whatever they want to you because look what you allowed to happen. So you gotta set the record straight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure this thing is right before you think you about to get out of here. It says do unto them as it's done to you. So you're gonna make sure it's right. And it says happy is the one who take the infant by his leg and bash the infant's head into the wall. And that's their babies, because they destroyed our babies. So it says happy is the one who do it to theirs. You see? And that's the will of Allah. Do unto them as it's done to you. So we're not going nowhere until we make it right. You see? Avenge the black woman. Avenge our ancestors. You see? It said, vengeance is mine, wrath. You see? So they made war on us, and now we here. Once we rise up, we're going to finish the job they're going to wish they had. You see? So either way it go, brothers and sisters, it says flee. When you see Jerusalem surrounded by army, it says flee. Because when they destroy it, it's going to trigger the attack of all black. And our people are going to be in danger. It said flee, flee, flee. Don't go back to get your baby. So it tells you to get into the inner cities. Get away from these devils. Because if you want a chance at survival, you have to get away from you have to definitely get away from them. And you're going to have to start uploading this information. And applying the pillars, which is your protection. So brothers and sisters, I hope you get it. If not, reach out. You know, I'll respond. You know, because this is serious. You know, so make sure you tell your brothers and sisters, tell them what's going on. You know, because it said our people are lost from the lack of knowledge. Lost from the lack of knowledge of what? And when false Israel was destroyed by Iran, that triggered the attack of all blacks. You see? And that's why our people were lost, because they didn't know, they didn't understand it. There's people in the way. There's people blocking the message. You see? Okay, brothers and sisters. With that being said, I'm bringing this to a close. Thank you for listening to me. Assalamu alaikum.